The business of space. Who owns the moon? What if I told you the next gold rush is not on Earth? It's 384,400 kilometers away. And right now, governments, billionaires, and private companies are racing toward it. Not for exploration, not for science, but for ownership. So here's the question: who owns the moon? And more importantly, will ordinary people like you and me ever benefit from it? Or is space about to become the most expensive real estate in history? Welcome to Deep Terra. Chapter 1. Can anyone own the moon? Let's start with the law. In 1967, during the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union signed something called the Outer Space Treaty. This treaty says, no country can claim the moon, no nation can own any celestial body. Space belongs to all humankind. Sounds fair? Sounds peaceful. But here's the loophole. The treaty bans countries from owning the moon. It says nothing about private companies. Let that sink in. Chapter 2. Enter the billionaires. In the 2020s, a new space race began. But this time, it wasn't between nations, it was between billionaires. SpaceX, Blue Origin, and government-backed missions like NASA's Artemis program. This isn't about planting flags. It's about mining, because the moon isn't just a rock. It contains something incredibly valuable. Helium-3. Chapter 3. The Helium-3 Gold Mine. Helium-3 is rare on Earth, but on the moon, it could exist in huge quantities. Why does that matter? Because helium-3 could power future nuclear fusion reactors. Clean energy. No radioactive waste. Massive output. If fusion becomes viable, helium-3 could be worth trillions. Trillions. Suddenly, the moon isn't romantic anymore. It's a fuel station. Chapter 4. The Artemis Plan. NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the moon, build a permanent lunar base, establish something called the Lunar Gateway. Why the South Pole? Because scientists believe there is water ice there. Water means drinking supply. Oxygen production. Rocket fuel creation. Whoever controls water controls survival. Sound familiar? It's geopolitics, but in space. Chapter 5. The Artemis Accords. In 2020, the United States introduced the Artemis Accords. This agreement allows countries to extract and use space resources, not claim territory, but use resources. That changes everything, because now, if a company mines helium-3, they can own it and sell it, legally. So technically, you can't own the moon, but you can own what you take from it, And that's where the race begins. Chapter 6: The Silent Competition. This isn't just America. China, India, Russia, all are building lunar ambitions. India's Chandrayaan missions proved water exists. China plans its own moon base by the 2030s. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's strategic positioning. Just like oil in the 20th century, the moon could define the 21st. Chapter 7: Space Mining Economics. Here's the brutal reality. Mining the moon is insanely expensive. Launching 1 kilogram into space costs thousands of dollars. Building infrastructure on the moon? Unimaginable cost. So who can afford this? Governments and ultra-rich corporations. Which raises a deeper question. If space belongs to everyone, why is access limited to a few? Are we entering an era of space capitalism, where billionaires own interplanetary supply chains? Chapter 8: The Real Power Shift. The moon isn't just about helium-3. It's about positioning. If you control the moon, you control satellite networks, deep space launch platforms, military observation advantage. Space dominance means Earth dominance. The next superpower may not be decided by armies, but by who builds first on the moon. So, who owns the moon? Legally, no one. Realistically, the ones who get there first. History has shown us something. Every frontier from land to oceans to oil eventually becomes privatized. Will space be different, or are we watching the beginning of the greatest wealth shift in human history? The moon is silent, but the race is loud, and it has already begun. If you enjoyed diving deep into the hidden systems shaping our future, subscribe to Deep Terra, because the next frontier isn't above us. It's already being negotiated.